Hi, welcome to the McCord List today, you guys. I'm Rachel McCord. I'm so excited that you're here. You guys, you belong here. You are here for a purpose, and we're about to have some fun together. Okay, today's episode is full of surprises. I believe that you were called to overcome the obstacles that are holding you back, and I want to be a part of that for you. I'm Rachel McCord, your talk show bestie, and today's episode is so cool. Many of you know that this show is all about having the inspiration and the fun that you were created for to enjoy life and live it to the full. We talk about topics as a founder, in your family, fitness, all the fun conversations that we need a little bestie for. And so that is what this show is all about. The show is about you. It's about unleashing within you the call and the purpose on your life. It's about helping you find your voice. I know a lot of us have struggled in this department, myself included. I used to have a speech impediment when I was a little girl. In fact, one of our guests, Philip Solomon, actually speaks out publicly about his struggles with his speech impediment and how he is using it to actually inspire and encourage a huge community. So what you might think is your challenge, what you might think is your weakness, might just very well be the platform that you are meant to stand on to inspire the community around you, that no matter what, you can make it. I personally went through a lot of trauma, grew up in trailer parks in Georgia, and God has brought me all the way to Times Square with my own Jumbotron for one of my shows. And now, of course, sitting in front of you in Los Angeles with my show, The McCord List Today, and running the McCord List Media Network, which is all about accelerating, developing, and distributing content, shows, TV shows, podcasts, you name it, for thought leaders who are making an impact in the world. So I cannot believe that this is my life. You never would have imagined that wild, wayward journey would have brought me here. But I'm saying this because I want you to know that whatever you're facing right now, there is light on the other side of this tunnel. There is a purpose for it. Your mess will become your message, and you're going to stand on it and inspire other people. I promise you, all you got to do is hold on a little bit longer, see the future, see the message that you want to share for the generations to come. It will happen. It can happen. And all of our guests today are going to share their experiences and the beauty of their stories to inspire you, not to just sit back and consume this, but to launch forward, to accelerate you into all that you were called to be. I love you. I see you. I get it. And I'm really happy you're here. I know you're super busy. So the fact that you're choosing to hang out with me just makes me so grateful and so happy. And I can't wait to see what God's about to do in your life. He's going to show up big. And if you let him, he will show off huge, not just in your life, but through your life. So let's yield it to him. Let's have so much fun today. I'm Rachel McCord on the McCord List Today. Don't go anywhere, you guys. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm Rachel McCord, executive producer, host, and creator of the McCord List Today. Welcome back to the McCord List Today. I'm Rachel McCord. I'm so excited to see you guys. I am with one of my favorites, Philip Solomon. Hello.
How are you? You look good. You feel good. The spirit is excited.
It's excited. I love chatting with you. You are my inspiration. I'm obsessed with you. And I'm just curious if we're going underground today.
We are going like a little underground, like just a little bit. We're going to try and keep it all above ground. We're going to try and keep the energy good and nice and healthy and light.
But like, don't be fooled.
But don't be fooled though. Don't get it twisted.
Don't get it twisted. Take me back. What is happening in that moment? Tell me everything.
So Deal or No Deal Island Season 2, I tried to go into it like a nice guy, a normal guy, an educator. And so for me, I was like, I have been teaching middle school for 12 years. I've done all the things, all the awards, all the accolades. And I think everyone on the cast really thought they could take advantage of me because they were like, he's a personal trainer. He's a fitness motivator. He takes care of kids every day. And the thing is that, like, although I am a good person and I put good things into the world, don't try it. Don't try it with me. Absolutely not. You don't get to grow up with a strong black mother and try it with me. Absolutely not.
She smacked that out. No way.
All
no
day,
way.
every day.
Wait, so what were they trying? Tell me everything.
So in that moment, kind of on the show, I think one of the players was trying to expose an alliance and like pin something on me that was not my fault. And I think I was an easy target because again, they're like, he's a positive guy. He's never raised his voice or said anything else like that. And like the one thing that I cannot do is I have such a good sense of justice and what's right. I love to, especially just in exercise and fitness or whatever else, I love accountability. And I will always take the L if I do something wrong, but if it's not my fault, I will not be taking responsibility for whatever that is.
100%. I think that's probably more so how I'm wired as well. I'm the girl who's like first to bat, always for the underdog. But it is interesting, I think, when some people see that and they kind of have an assumption about who you are and what you're up to and what you're going to put up with. You had to clap back and you went underground.
Literally, I blacked out. Like, I even worse than blacked out. I like full African Americaned out. Like, it was done. It was over. I don't remember it. Even looking back at it, I was like, who is that man? Like, I don't know. I got nothing.
I'm obsessed with you. Okay, so let's talk about these muscles. Like, in the name of Jesus. Like, I mean, what are we doing every day? What is happening?
All right, so to kind of bring you on my journey a little bit, I grew up pretty out of shape, pretty overweight. I'm the first American in my family from Caribbean immigrants. And I feel like we all kind of get the sense of if you're in America, land of the free, home of the brave, but still you like if you're eating at all, you're eating well. And so in turn, like I didn't really understand fitness or nutrition or whatever else. And then I became so overweight so fast. And right around 18, I looked in the mirror and I said, we're not gonna do this anymore. And everyone is always like, how did you lose all that weight? How did you do all that stuff? And I was like, I ran around the block one time and it was the worst day of my life. And then I woke up the next day and I ran around the block twice. And that's just the kind of person I am. I trained myself. I looked it all up online, how to properly do nutrition and food planning and all that other stuff. And since my journey has started, I have lost 40 pounds on my own. I have run the New Jersey Half Marathon, Austin Half Marathon. I've done Tough Mudders, Spartan races. I've won a bodybuilding competition last weekend. I'm like out here doing all the things that I always dreamed of. And I have been really using exercise and fitness to motivate me to do all the other things, to do Deal or No Deal Island. I gave the keynote address at the National Stuttering Association convention in front of hundreds of people. Like I am truly living the life that I always wanted to live. And so when someone's always like, how are you? I can wholeheartedly and genuinely say, I am so good.
That is so beautiful, Philip. And I love the way that you have used your platform for such good. I think that's why you're such an inspiration to me, because you really do speak to this community and you share that no matter what, we can push through. I think I shared with you before, I used to have a speech impediment when I was a little girl. And, you know, it's so scary when you put yourself out there and you just, I can remember this one moment when I was in a car and this whole group of kids just laughed at me. And I felt so small in that moment. And I think about how we face those hurdles and it's up to us if we want to let them hurt us or if we want to push back on the hurt and say, no, you know what? As for me, I'm going to be a healed person. I'm going to help people heal and go on and speak to this huge community of people who need to be encouraged.
I think that for me, even when I was like filming the show and I was like, I don't want to do this. Why on earth would I just put myself on this big platform? And I had to make a very conscious switch. And I think that like anyone that's ever really dealt with being outcast or othered has to almost make that switch on their own. And I had to change my mindset from someone with a stuttering problem to a person with a stutter. And although they are so similar, they're not the same, because one encompasses who you are. It says that you cannot do anything else, but the other one is just a page, a chapter in your story. And the best part about that is your story isn't over yet. There's still so much more to do and explore.
That's incredible. Speaking of doing more and exploring, you're helping so many people do more in their lives, live longer because they're healthier. Can you talk a little bit about how you work with people to help them live their best life?
Sure. I am a group fitness instructor in Austin. I was in the classroom for 12 years, helping 12-year-olds kind of figure out English and all that other stuff. And I was And so everyone's always like, why did you teach middle school? And I was like, because it was the worst years of my life. And I felt like I had to go back to seventh grade, that year when you're like half a kid, half an adult, and everything's awful. And you're like, this is the worst. And I had to go back and make sure my kids had the opposite experience. And so after I did all of that for 12 years, I was like, I need a new challenge. And I was like, what if I could motivate and appreciate and educate adults? And I could really get in there on a microphone, group fitness, and talk through and like really talk people through treadmill work and cardio and strength training and all the hard stuff, because I don't think people give exercise the credit that it deserves, as far as it's a psychological battle. The idea that you're like, I have to do something hard on purpose. As adults, we tend to only do things that make us comfortable, make us happy. And so to really put yourself out there and say, I want to make a change, that is so scary.
100%. I love the way that you see that, because I feel like you are tapping into the emotional experience, because so much of how we live our lives is emotional. A cluttered space creates a cluttered mind. A person who wants to create barriers around them start to gain weight because they're trying to do that. And so it's so beautiful how you start from the inside and work your way out.
That is really kind of my brand on the microphone, regardless of where I am, the classroom, the gym, the grocery store. I'm like, okay, like last night in the Uber on the way home, and this was like peak brand Philip Solomon. I was like, sir, how are you? And the driver was like, it's been kind of a rough day. And I was like, wait, can you tell me 2 things today that went really well? And he goes, well, I learned a new AI program, and I guess I also spoke to my sister, who I haven't spoken to in a while. And I was like, sir, that sounds like a win of a day to me. And I think that if you can find one win, one victory in the day, it's a good day. And he looked at me and he was like, thank you so much for reminding me. And like, that's for me what I love doing the most, when everyone's always like, because of you, I can do that. And I said, listen, I don't do anything. I just remind you of the strength and power and capability that you already have.
Wow, you are so amazing. I love you so much. Wait, can you teach me a little something I can do from the chair to get it? Like,
totally.
Can we get the legs moving or something?
We can.
What
we
can
can.
we do?
Okay, so
I want to be like this. What do you think? Would that look?
Literally, for everyone at home, people think we're twins. Like, they see me everywhere. They're like, "Is that Rachel McCord?" I'm like, "No, it's not."
No,
I promise you,
I know.
it's Solomon, guys.
And I saw your outfit.
Right,
You stole mine.
Right, they were like, "What is that?" I was like, "No."
Wear this.
Right, you could. Honestly, you could.
What do we do if we're at home?
Yeah. So what I tell everyone to do is just to start small.
Okay.
And
I like small.
We love small. We love like a small goal, something to work toward. And so even in just sitting in a chair, making sure your posture is nice and bright, chest is open, chin is high.
Love
to
her.
even take posture, got it,
Okay,
easy.
got it.
To take, let's say like that, elbow on the right, bring it up to the knee on the left.
This is
You
about
can
as
feel
high
that
as I
oblique.
get.
Yep,
Wait,
yep.
This one, okay.
Bring that knee up, squeeze
Wait,
that
this
knee right
one,
back down.
okay.
Yep.
Okay, we're doing great.
And just even
got
just
this,
really
Rachel.
starting to
I
feel that
believe in you.
beautiful. And what I love the most is you can take things like this and elevate it. So you feel good and you're like, cool, maybe I'm going to go elbow to knee, hand to toe.
Oh
and then
my.
maybe
I don't know about that. I think the heels made it too long. You know?
Honestly, here's what people also need to remember. Small steps are still steps in the right direction.
That's it.
Done.
It's like you've done this before.
It's like I do this for a
little
living.
curve, a little stretch,
Yes.
a little curve.
We love a nice little stretch behind
Normally
the legs.
I can reach a little
hamstrings.
further, but the dress is very, she's keeping me together.
Okay, but if it helps though, you're slaying it. You're killing it.
Am I?
You're killing it. Come on.
See, I can find 2 things that I liked about today.
Right?
It's all right here.
I mean,
I love you. Thank you so much for coming to the studio. I'm obsessed with you. We didn't go fully underground, but I know to keep it together so we don't. You know what I mean?
So promise me that next time I come back, we'll go full leggings, sneakers. We will get the workout done for us and everyone at home.
Okay, deal. All right, you guys, that is it for right now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the McCord list today. I'm Rachel McCord, and I love you, fellas.
So good. Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome back to the McCord List. Today, I'm Rachel McCord, your talk show bestie. I'm so excited because we have Amore Valerio here. He is the content creator extraordinaire. Hi!
Hi.
I'm so glad you're here. What an honor to have you. So, you truly are a testament to dreams coming true and pushing against obstacles to live the life you dream about. So, tell me where it all began for you.
Yeah, I moved here in LA 5 years ago, and I was looking, doing my dreams through, and I really find it. Look at me, I'm here with you, and I'm from Mexico City. I born on March 6th on 90. Yeah.
Wow. And you moved to Florida first when you came to the States. And when did you know that you were meant to be in LA and starting this new career?
I mean, on that moment when I planned to move to LA, I was passing for a bad moment and just want a change of my life. I want to meet new people, start again, the new beginning for my life. Yes.
Wow. So can you talk about some of the challenges that you faced building this brand that you have now and facing your dreams?
Some people say I'm wasting my time for all the things what they see on social media, what I do. They say you're wasting your time, your money, but they don't know my feelings. They don't know all these things what I do for this artist make me happy, and I just follow my heart and working on all my dreams. And look, I'm here with you.
Aw. So speaking of this artist, tell us more about her brand and what drew you to it.
Oh, her name is Kenia Oz. She born in Mazatlan, Mexico on July 15, 1990. And she's Cancer. She loves sushi. She loves coffee. And when she started on YouTube around 2017, 2018, I see her second video. And since there, from 2017, 2018, I start follow her, and I never lost her things, all the things what she do. Yeah.
Wow, that is so fun. Now, you do a ton of social media. You are always talking about her brand. You've talked to her team, to her. Can you tell us some advice you have for social media and how to really grow your platform?
I mean, it's hard to start doing social media. Always, I was thinking I would like to do something in social media, but I don't find the type of content what I want to do. And I always have two jobs, full-time jobs. And one night when I get out from work, I was so sad, stressful, tired. And I remember I was driving home, and when I get home, I was crying. My dad passed away 30 years ago when I was 5, and I start to talk with him, with God, and I told him, Daddy, God, show me the way what I need to follow. I don't, if he, social media is not for me, okay, I accept that. But if no, just give me something where the way where I can follow. And when I close, I was crying so bad. And when I close my eyes, I see the name of Kenios.
No way.
I see her name, and when I open my eyes, I say, yes, that is the type of content what I can do, because I know all her life. I know all the things what she do, and I'm start to do that content and follow her career.
Wow, that's incredible. What a beautiful story of kind of finding yourself at this moment of despair and finding that picture of hope. And I'm so sorry for your loss. Losing your father at that young age must have been so hard. Now, how have you built this brand? Like, what have you done day to day, and how are you monetizing?
All I do by myself. I have the monetization on my social media, but it's a little bit. I don't have like millions or of followers, because all my content it's just for fans of Kenya, fans of her, but but I already made a lot of big things doing this. What I can imagine this can happen if I do this, you know. I never imagined to have a video call with Kenya. Her team from Sony Music is her record label. They give me last year in her tour here in USA. They give me tickets first row, and I don't know. I feel so happy just doing the things what I love to do.
That's incredible. Okay, so we have a lot of listeners who are, of course, like very big on social media, and they have big brands. And I think having someone create content for them is so important. So what advice would you have for someone who might want to create a channel or manage it for a celebrity? Like, what have you learned as you've built this brand of what to do?
I mean, all the things I do by myself. I don't have like any support back of me. All the things what I do when I go to New York to put hair covers on the big billboards on New York, it's all the money is from me, and I think I work for it to do all these things what I do for her. Last month was her birthday, and I made a big party for Keninis to celebrate her birthday.
I love this. Yeah. Okay, what tools are you using? Do you schedule the posts ahead of time? Do you do it in real time?
No, I do all the things and videos what I do, it's on real time, and at the moment when I think I need to post any video.
Have you learned some of the tricks that like to help it be easier? Because I feel like I'm always talking with my team like, oh my goodness, like we need to do more reels, we need to do more content. Do you feel like reels are a great
No, honestly, no. I just do on time, and I don't have nobody to teach me how to. I heard about it, but I just make these things anytime.
I love that. Yeah. Okay, so when did you first get obsessed with her brand? When did you know that was the brand that you wanted to highlight?
Was on the first video like viral or something like that. One day when I wake up, I say today I'm gonna start to do this content, and I open my social media and I see she posts the flyer of her first tour here in USA. Oh. And I remember I see all the dates and places where she gonna be, and I see she gonna be on New York. And I remember one of her first videos, she was answering questions from fans, and somebody asked her, where you can see you on 5 years, and her answer was she was walking on top of the couch, and she was good night New York, and she falls down, start to laughing, and she said nothing happened, this is Kenya Oz, how you doing everybody, and she started to singing. So her dream was to be a singer and sing on New York. So this, when I see that, I say she's close to do this dream true. Aww. And that was my first video, and go viral with more than 500,000 views, a lot of likes, comments, and at the next day when I wake up, I see my TikTok with more than 200 followers on TikTok. Yeah.
I love it. Wow, how fun. And she must be such an inspiration to you, yeah, to inspire you to go after your dreams and do what you're here for, because I hear that in your message that even moving here from Mexico, yeah, and kind of finding this journey, people telling you you can't make it, you push through and you are living your dream. Congratulations. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and I can't wait to see what's next for both of you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you. All right. Don't go anywhere, you guys. We'll be right back with the McCord List today. I'm Rachel McCord. Welcome back to the McCord List today. I am Rachel McCord. I'm so excited, you guys. I have Melissa Pallone here. You are the creative director, designer behind Pallone Collection. How incredible.
Thanks for having me.
What a fun world of entrepreneurship and fashion coming together. Those are like kind of my favorite things. I actually used to run Magic, the largest fashion trade show. I did innovation and education for them. So I speak your language fluently. How fun is your career? Are you having a blast?
I am having so much fun.
So tell me how you got started in all of this.
So I actually, with my own brand, I went to Fashion Week as a guest wearing my own design, and I was already designing for a major corporate brand at the time, and I had always wanted to design my own collection and have my own brand. So I took this opportunity and I designed a collection, and I launched it the very next season at Fashion Week.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk about some of the pain points. Launching a collection that quickly is remarkable. I mean, you do not hear that very often. So what are some of the learnings you had from jumping right in and having such an incredible launch speed?
Honestly, I think because I have a training in fashion design and had worked for major brands, I had learned all of that prior to starting my brand. So it was actually pretty easy starting and launching, and I had a lot in place to get going. So I think do your homework and go for your dream when you're ready.
That's great advice. What are some of the learnings that you've had along the way? Maybe some of the hiccups and some of the wonderful, exciting moments.
I think some hiccups have just been like I just don't have enough time to do everything. That's the one thing. And then delegating it to the right people to work as hard as you will on something, because when it's your own brand or project, no one's going to put the time like you do. But if you can find someone that can help you, that is passionate about it just as much as you are, really, really helps. And then some amazing parts have just been, fashion is such a beautiful language. We can speak to each other. We don't even have to speak in the same language, and style really communicates to so many different people. So for me, it's really bonded me to made friendships and clients and other designers. So I really love that. I was an official brand of the 2019 Emmys. So my designs have been on the red carpet at the Emmys, the CMT Awards. It was recently published in Glamour magazine just about a week ago, and Harper's Bazaar in October, and I'm heading to Paris, and I've shown at Fashion Week, I think this is 18 times to date in 7 years. So
What do you wish you could say to younger you?
I think just keep going and don't give up. So I say that to everybody.
I love that. I feel like it's such a journey to be able to kind of go for your dreams, bet on yourself. I completely relate with the challenges around delegation and trying to just do it all. It's very interesting because I remember when I was working at the very beginning, kind of launching my brand and kind of finding my way, I started realizing that there would be my weak spot would be in delegation. And just recently I heard an amazing conversation with Gary Vee where he was talking about trust your gut, hire fast, but fire faster. And I was like, whoa, because he said most people are nervous to hire because we don't want to fire. So we want to make a really great decision. But he's like, I trust my gut. And then if I realize that it's not working, you need to fire fast. And that's tough. What are some of the tough entrepreneur moments for you that you've learned skills and advice that you can share?
I think just like I said, delegating to the right people. I also think if you can test someone out for 30 days and give them like a trial period to make sure, because I've hired people in the past and they really just, when they see someone like young or starting out, they can take advantage of you. So just protect yourself and make educated decisions, but also like stand up for yourself and make sure that nobody pushes you around and they are doing exactly what they say. And I also think in like our business contracts, like having everything in writing really helps. And if someone doesn't have something in writing, there's probably a problem there.
Yeah, that's a great point. So you're coming up on Paris Fashion Week, obviously New York Fashion Week, all the things right around the corner happening and have happened. What can you tell us about the collection?
So it's going to be a holiday collection, and it's my debut show in Paris. I've had invitations for 2 years already, and I just decided, let me just go for it this year and go. I've never even been to Paris, but I'm just so excited. I will be showcasing my finale as a very special custom look that I do in my business, but not too much of, but I would love to do more of it. So that'll be a surprise what it is. And it'll be a full range of, pieces taking you from day to night and for every special occasion, but mostly centered around fall and holidays. So really rich, beautiful colors, jewel tones, sparkles, of course, but I also do things with like applique and flowers. So really just special, unique things you can't find anywhere else.
Oh, I love that. What kind of advice do you have for anyone at home wanting to balance the highs and the lows and mixing in how to like get cute quick?
I think just take time to rest and give yourself time. You're on your own time frame and do what makes you happy because it's your own business, and just go at your own pace and don't look at what other people are doing. Just focus on you and what makes you happy and what you believe in, because it's your voice and it's your moment. So take that time that you need or go as fast as you want, but just personalize it to you and make sure you do what you want and don't be comparing, or it's good to have a comparison, but not too much, because you don't want to get caught up in that or have it derail you.
Yeah, I always say do market research and then throw it away. Like really like study and understand your market, the competitors, what's available, and then really fly by the seat of your own pants and listen to your heart and be true to that. Okay, we have to talk about these earrings because they have my heart and I'm obsessed with them. Your friend designed them?
Yes, she did.
What's her name?
Desert Daisy Jewelry. It's Emma Roberts.
Wow, they're so beautiful. I love them. You look phenomenal. Okay, so how can we get fashion at home? What advice do you have? You're a designer, a creative director. You know what looks good and what doesn't look good. How can we at home dress fabulously and get that look?
I think just putting looks together so it's more polished and not so much mixing and matching. I like more kind of sets and things. So I think just colors and just go for things you like and beautiful materials, I think, and quality versus fast fashion or not high quality things. I think I really love investment pieces, so pieces that can take me for multiple occasions, and also, that you're not throwing it away after wearing it once.
I love that. My secret is all about comfy glam. Like I want to be so comfy, but then I'm going to glamorize it with like a little sparkle jacket or something drama, a pop of color. But this dress is not super comfortable if I'm being honest, but
it looks great.
Thank you. But my day to day is, especially like when you're just like doing errands and things like that, I love to be able to just be comfy and to wear something that I can grab a blazer and throw it on and get out the door. I am all about flats. I feel like daily heels for me are over. Like if I'm in the studio, of course I'm rocking heels. But like outside of that, it's like I feel like we really need fashion to just complement our lives. I know I spent a lot of years in my life where I was like all about like make it as great as possible, and it's like no, like I want simplicity, I want beauty. And I'm also about, I've become kind of minimalistic in my fashion, which is hilarious. Because when I would do magic, I would have 15 outfit changes because I would be moderating the whole show. So I'm interviewing and I'm hosting and introducing so many people. But I got to a place where I was like, you know what? Like I just really don't need all of this. And actually my grandmother, she's in heaven now, but she had dementia. And when she was going through that, we were told that there's so much pressure on just deciding what to do, all the choices. So I like that you mentioned investment pieces, because it was like simplifying what was there, made it less stressful for her while she was dealing with that. And so I was like, I kind of just want that in general. And I donated 2,500 pounds of clothes.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Don't ask why I ever had that much clothes, but it was quite a haul. Okay, where can we shop your collection? I know you've got the beautiful special occasion gowns. You've got your specialty pieces. Tell us what you have and where we can shop it.
You can shop it at PalloneCollection.com. It's my new site, and you can also find it in specialty boutiques, mostly in Newport Beach and San Diego right now, also in Arizona. So mostly West Coast or on the western side. And there's a couple boutiques. So Kovo in Newport Coast. That's where we just did our pre-party event for Swim Week, and Finia in San Diego. It's actually in Del Mar.
Amazing. Congratulations on all the success. I love finding another entrepreneur who's passionate about fashion and all the things. Congrats on all your success. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Okay, don't go anywhere, you guys. We'll be right back with the McCord List today. I'm Rachel McCord. Welcome back to the McCord List today. I'm Rachel McCord, sitting down with singer-songwriter Ines X. How are you?
Hi, I'm so good. I'm so
What
happy
a
to be here.
fun brand you have. Oh my goodness.
Oh, thank you. I love this.
This is incredible. So when did you come to LA originally? What's your story? Tell me everything.
Okay, so I've been in LA now for a while. It's been like most of my music journey. I started off in New York on the East Coast. I'm a New York girl. But I came to LA for the first time and I just fell in love. Like I didn't know it existed. I was like, there's a nicer weather in New York with like, what? So I just fell in love, and I came here right after my first national tour with Post Malone, Fetty Wap. I was like, this is it. Like I'm going to LA. After my first tour and after like a couple things was going on, I was like, you know what? I think LA is calling my name, and I just came here, and I haven't moved back since. All my New York friends have moved back. All of them were like, when are you coming back? And I'm like, I don't know. I just have this love affair with LA. I can't go. And now my mom's here in California, so.
You better not leave.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
leave
over.
Mom.
Yeah, it's over.
Once you get Mom to move, I've been trying for
like,
a long time. She is not moving out of Georgia anytime soon.
You know how hard that is.
That's
so hard. It's so hard. And when she came out here, it was like, and I was going through this whole like, do I want to stay in LA? And then she came here, and I was like, yeah, it's over. Like I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But she's in Orange County, and I really like Orange County. So I feel like LA, Orange County are very different. Orange County is chill, calm, more family oriented. So I've been like really enjoying that like balance, you know.
That's incredible.
Gotta get out of the city sometimes. LA is a lot.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about getting out of the city. You went touring with Post Malone. What was that experience like? What can you tell us?
I feel like touring is like the best experience in the world. It's the most tiring experience, but it's the best experience. Like it was just insane. Like just a whole national tour. Like that for me was that feeling of like, yeah, I want to do this for the rest of my life. You know, it's pretty crazy to see how, because I remember he left our tour to go on tour with Justin Bieber. And it's just crazy because, you know, you see people like their growth, and then they see your growth, and then you see each other go, you're like, oh my God, you know, like I can't believe how far we like made it, you know? So I think that that's like a really cool feeling when you see someone when they're at like this level, and then you see them grow. And that's like the funnest part. But honestly, it's so exhausting. Like I had so many moments where I was just like, oh my God, like, you know, going from city to city, you know, culture to culture, you have to keep up with what city and state you're in. And like, you know, I haven't done a world tour yet, but like keeping up with a different country, that's like a whole nother thing, you know. But it's like an athlete being in season. Like, you know what I mean? Like you train, and finally you're in season, and you're like, I like live for this. And no matter how tired you get, you have to like keep going, you know?
What an inspiring story. I think it's so incredible when you get to have those little pinch me moments, and it's just again and again, because obviously there's a little girl who once dreamed of doing this. When did you know that this is what you always wanted to do?
Oh my God, I love that. I love that question. Honestly, for me, it was when I was a little girl, and just being like, I'm from Brooklyn. I was living in Brooklyn until I was like a teenager. We moved to Connecticut when I was a teenager, so that was a big culture shock for me. But being in New York and having the diversity and the creative freedom was just like, it was just limitless. It was endless, you know. And I remember I played Cher when I was in the first grade for the play, and we sang I Got You, Babe. I had like a partner, like Sonny and Cher. And that moment was like crazy, because it was like, I still remember the feeling of being on stage for the first time and like being so nervous and being like, oh my God, I did so bad. And everybody's like, oh my God, you did so good. And I was like, no, I didn't do good. I was like sick and my voice was going. And I think that moment was like, I love to do this. But being raised, like I was in a really strict Middle Eastern household. So I feel like my mom was very protective of me and like didn't ever want me to do anything where I was like on stage exposing myself. So she was like, no, no, no. But I always loved to do it. She always tried to get me in sports. And I was always like, I want to dance and sing and stuff, you know? So I remember in 7th grade, I didn't get the solo, and I was so devastated in the play. And I was like, oh my God, I think we did Audrey Hepburn. We did a movie from Audrey Hepburn, I forget, My Fair Lady. And I didn't get the solo, and I was devastated. And that was the first disappointing moment, you know? And it's so funny because I always go back to those 2 moments because, you know, as an adult, you have the same feelings that you had as a child, those same emotions, and you kind of got to like constantly feel like, I remember when I was a little girl and I had that first disappointment, and I go back to that. And then I remember when I had my first, like, oh my God. So, you know, and it's like, it feels kind of the same, but it just gets better or worse. So it's like now I always remember those moments, but now it's just like they just get bigger and better, or they just get more full circle. Like I saw Cher. I was at this, what are those, horse, what are they called? Freak. It's like, you know.
Rodeo?
Yeah, rodeo.
Okay.
Here I go. And I saw Cher at the rodeo, and I was like, oh my God, no way, it's Cher.
I mean,
And
I'm a Georgia girl. I speak rodeo fluently.
Yeah, okay,
so-
okay.
I knew,
Okay.
I saw you.
I was like, it's like brain fart. But like literally when I saw Cher, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe she's just sitting casually behind us. Like it's those moments where you're like, yeah, the little girl inside me was freaking out. Everybody was like, oh, whatever. And I'm like, it's Cher. Like, this is not a big deal to anyone. Like, I was freaking out. Like, I still freak out, but you have to like keep her cool and be like, it's fine. You know, like you meet them and you're like, I just say it. I'm like, I'm a huge fan. I love you. Like, it is what it is. Like, you know.
I think it's so sweet, and I'm sure they love it. You know, it's interesting because I can totally relate with what you said about having those moments, those impressionable moments when you're a kid that kind of set you on a track. I remember, you know, kind of being a kid and struggling with depression, and then wanting to kind of run from that. So I dove headfirst into work, and then from 13 years old until, you know, a few years ago, then suddenly I'm in your city in New York in Times Square, and I have a huge jumbotron, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like that moment. But then I think about the little girl at 16 who literally no one came to my birthday party, and let me just tell you, my birthday is always the
Right.
weekend of Halloween.
Oh,
so everybody's
yeah.
like ringing the
I
doorbell, but
relate.
they're all trick-or-treaters and none of them are my friends. So everyone jokes with me
relate.
now because I host these really big parties. They're like, you're always trying to like scratch that itch,
No,
like no one
literally.
came to your party. And
Oh
you're-
my God, I feel that pain so deep. My birthday's right after like New Year's Eve, and like it's beginning of January, so it's like people just like mush it all together, like
100%. They're
Christmas,
busy.
New Year, yeah, like
Yeah.
birthday, and I'm like, no, 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 those are 3 national holidays, separate. Like you're doing too much, you know. We have to celebrate. I feel that pain, and I have to do like a big birthday party. This year, I'm like, I had to chill. Like I just maybe just take a trip. Cause
Well, you're doing so much in your career. You're also doing acting now and wellness. Can you talk about these other verticals of your career and what you're doing?
Yeah, it's so much fun. I mean, like, I feel like the acting thing for me has been such a new, fun experience. Like, I've just been having a ball. Like, you know, it's like such a new world, you know? Like, you get these, like, I've been getting all these, like, auditions, and my agent's sending me all these different things, and I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, it's a lot of those moments, because I started music and acting at the same time. I feel like music just kind of, like, took off and took me in those places, but I always had this, like, itch, like, I need to do more acting. So lately it's just been like, we're just doing it, and it's been crazy because the other day I was like seeing this like on, you know, and they were like, oh, it was like something for like, we're looking like, they're looking for a new, you know, one of the Marvel, you know, Superwoman or something, and they were like, we need like a Middle Eastern, you know, like, and I was just like, you know, the people are asking for this, so we need to just start doing this. Like,
They're definitely asking for this, and I can see why. I could totally see you being a superhero from Marvel.
the
Are you
people are
kidding me?
asking, you know. So I got to give the people what they need.
Give
you know,
what they want. They're asking for it.
You know?
How do you balance the need to rest and restore in the midst of kind of a season of your career where things are going very quickly and you're hanging out with Cher?
No, literally. I feel like for me, like self-care is like a full-time job for me too. I really take it so seriously. I have multiple sclerosis, you know, I got diagnosed a few years ago. So it's like for me, it's been so, like healing has been top priority for me at all times. And it's always like, how can I heal? How can I heal? How can I heal? And this career is so demanding. And, you know, like anything under the entertainment umbrella and being in front of the camera and being like constantly on, you know, you have to like, on my downtime, what I like to do is just healing things. It's bizarre. Like I'll go to the spa, I'll go get a massage, I'll go do like a facial, like just something to feel good. And you know, for me, it's like healing, self-care. It's like you have to, especially as a woman, I feel like we have to like take it so serious. You know, I take like hours just on my skincare and just like, you know, so for me, that's why I've been like, I need to, that's been another thing that I really have been diving into more is figuring out how to share all of these beauty secrets and all these, you know, all these things that I do for my self-care and skincare because it's something I'm so passionate about.
I think I struggle a little bit with like saying no enough. And then I'll just kind of fill every white space. And I'm trying right now to learn how to keep white space. White space is good, but you do, especially like you said in the entertainment umbrella, you exert so much energy for that 1 hour. I remember working in corporate, and of course I love my like nerdy like spreadsheet moments, but it does not take the same level of energy that it takes when you are performing and you're putting yourself out there. So I just applaud you on listening to your body and taking care of yourself. And I'm so obsessed with everything you're doing. I love Lover Girl and all of the new stuff that you're doing. So what's coming up next for you?
Honestly, it's just more, you know, more music. The project is coming out and just all of the things. And for me, I'm so excited about just showing all of the different sides, the different colors. You know, I think that I've had a fun time of launching, like we just launched the Country Girl, Country Love, and just launching these different sides. Because, you know, I love owning my Middle Eastern girl, but I love also owning my American Girl side. It's just so fun for me. And I feel like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, paving a new lane, you know, because I feel like there's been a lot of Middle Eastern girls and there's been obviously a lot of American girls, but the blend is kind of like really fun for me, you know, always like mixing the worlds and finding where like, you know, where I can like make it like that smooth spot, the sweet spots, you know, and I've been having so much fun doing it. So I feel like that, and hopefully just like, you know, the big screens and these movies. I really want to like land a good movie and a good role. So I've been like holding out. I'm like holding out for the good roles and being really picky. So I feel like that for me will be like my, you know, a good moment, but definitely more music for now. Cause I feel like I really want to get all of these different personas out. It's been really my thing. I'm like, I have to get all of these sides of me out. You know, my artistry is so, I'm like a kid in the candy store, you know, and I like to just be like, okay, this is this side, and really like go crazy with it. So I think I've been having so much fun with that I really want to like launch all the sides, get the project out there, and have people really feel that and just really like absorb that for a little while.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming in. Ines Sachs, you are amazing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Rachel McCord on the McCord List today. That's our show. We'll see you next time.